Hello everyone, we've just finished the final design and creation of our test bench. Actually, this is the first working solution that we have. Decomposed out of the bottom part, the motor and the brake, mid part, the control section and safety, and top part, the wire expansion for the use of the users. We also have these boxes for each controller to test the controllers in worst thermal condition. So we close the boxes and we test them there. So it's a very nice and let's say compact test bench. We've done a lot of tests on it and it's working very well. You're gonna learn how we made it so far and maybe what are our plans for the future developments. Thank you.
So today we are going to present how we came to that point, so how we did the thermal test for the controllers, how we assembled the electrical part, did the wiring. You see the wires are thick, and also we reassembled the test bench with the more powerful motor and the brake you saw in the shots. So here we see the coupling, the encoder in the back part of the brake. The brake is 65 Newton meters, and also you see the fans on the opposite side of the test bench. This is the motor. The new motor barely can fit in the test bench, so special boxes we use for thermal tests. This huge switch for 125 amps for safety to switch on and off the controllers. The encoder connector terminal. This is some for the DC supply and the motor income. Here is some of the parts that we are going to use today. Of course, the DIN rail to mount everything on it, the cable trench which we're going to cut and use only the piece of it. Also, we have a set of the connecting terminals, those ones for signals, so like up to 4 millimeters squared, the wire section. Those one for AC, I guess up to 25 amps. And some of them are really huge. These terminals are for the motor power supply. So this is up to 120 or even more, 150 amps. So what we have here? We have here a special place for this 24-volt power supply. This needed to power up the current controller of our brake system. For the current controller we will use a DIN rail, should be mounted here, and also two pieces of the cable duct here, the terminals, and here will be mounted the power supply. This is the bracket for the power supply. Let's do this. the first step, mechanical assembly of the electrical cabinet here. The cable trench, thin rail, already tried the current controller for the brake, insulated the special holes for the wires. I don't know if it will fit well or not. This part I bought like, it seems like the glue inside, but no, maybe this is thermal heating or something like that, so we'll try to warm it a little bit. Also mounted the DC supplier 24 volts and the bracket for the huge power supply here. Now we need to mount it here. Here is our control panel. It should be mounted like that. This is the place to mount the power supply, some space for the switch, for the lamps, the stop button, also the 220 volt outer socket to be able to switch some additional power supplies, some spaces for the potentiometers, the general socket here. Let's assemble this. So now we need to assemble the upper part of the electrical cabinet and mount here the main high current power components, the terminals for high current for DC up to 150 amps, some signal wiring, those are for the encoders, and this huge switch for DC. This is up to 125 amps, special 4-pole switch to be able to connect and disconnect the controllers, which we will mount here. So what do we really need for this electrical cabinet? The main connection for the controllers, the powerful switch for DC with the maximum 125 amps will be here. Also we need those terminals to connect the wires of the motor. These wires will come through this hole. Then we will have additional 3 terminals dedicated to the negative DC lane connection. We will use only 2 of them to share the negative lane, but the one we are going to use as a spare one if you need to connect some extra controllers, for example. Then we have this switch. After that we will have 2 terminals to share one of the lanes, because we have 2 power supplies, so we will have 2 positive lanes, 52 volts. One will come through the terminal and one directly through diodes to sum the current. So those ones are shared. Okay. As you already see, I connected some wires in our electrical panel. Now I'm going to put the signal terminals for the encoder. So I need to add 1 more to each. One of the interesting things is this stop button, which is used for safety to cut off the AC line. So you can see how it works. And manually I need to switch it on then. Then we will have stop all the AC suppliers in the... Unpress the button, again switch on, and we have everything on.